Yo! What's good with y'all boys, man? I'm back here with another video, and I'm not gonna lie, in today's video I gotta make a quick one because I got some stuff to do with the family. But we're gonna be going over UFC 305. I'm gonna give y'all kind of a mini breakdown and some predictions on this card. And you know, I've been seeing this card get a lot of hate, and I'm not really sure why. I feel like there's a lot of 50-50 fights on it, a lot of decent names, and honestly I'm really looking forward to it. But I see a lot of hate for it on social media and a lot of people saying the card's kind of trash. But I'm honestly really excited for UFC 305. Let me know how y'all feel about it down in the comment sections below. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, and if you find any enjoyment in this video or get a laugh at all, make sure y'all like the video, man. It helps the algorithm out a lot, helps your boy out a lot, helps the channel out a lot, you know, all that good stuff. So I don't want to sit here and make the intro too long. Without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. First up on the prelims, we got Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. Y'all may not be too familiar with these two guys, but I have seen some of their fights, and honestly, Jack Jenkins is no joke, man. Let's take a look at his past few fights and see what he's coming off of real quick. Jack Jenkins is coming off of a TKO loss September 9th, 2023. I think he had an injury in that fight, though. I think he hurt his shoulder or something. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he got injured in that fight. Lost by TKO. I do really like Jack, though. He's kind of a heavy hitter. He throws kill shots, and his leg kicks are beautiful, man. He throws really hard leg kicks, and I know in some of his fights before the UFC, he's actually finished some fights by leg kicks, so maybe I'll throw in some highlights in there. I'm not sure. But I really like the way he strikes. He's not like the fastest or the sharpest guy, but he comes in there to fight. And he's actually a -800 favorite. Holy shit, I just noticed those odds. So yeah, in this one, I think I'm gonna go Jack Jenkins, either by decision or TKO. They have him at a -800 favorite, so really no point in betting on him, but I still think he's gonna win the fight, even with the odds given. And I actually did see somewhere that this fight was canceled. I don't know if that's true or not. Let me know in the comments if that's a fact or not, but I did see somewhere this fight's canceled. Hopefully not, because I really do like Jack, and I'm kind of excited to see him scrap a little bit, so hopefully that fight happens. Next up, we got Casey O'Neill over... Oh, piss break. Sorry, ladies, no offense. I'm just not interested, man. Ramos versus Josh Culibao. Josh, whatever. Sorry if I butchered your name, man. But yeah, this is another one of those kind of pick 'em fights, 50-50. Haven't seen too much of either guy, just, you know, here and there. But I think I'm going to take the hometown boy from Australia, Josh. I'll take him by decision. And on the last prelim, we got... Ooh, I like this one, man. We got Junior versus Walter Walker. You know, I think this is kind of a pick-em too, to be honest. You know, Junior's a slight favorite, and I'm pretty sure he was the underdog when the odds first came out, but now he is a -125 favorite, and I think I do like Junior to win this fight. He's coming off of a loss, but with that being said, and the dude he's fighting is 11-1. He has a solid record, but I think Junior's just got better boxing, and I think when they get in the pocket, it's a heavyweight showdown. First couple shots, one of them's going to sleep. I think Junior will be a little tighter in the pocket with his hooks and crosses and things like that. So I think Junior gets it done, puts on for Australia. And once again, I'm picking the Australian boy to get the job done. I got Junior by KO, baby. The Leech, man. Not too sure about this one. At +260, though. If you're a betting man, I haven't done my homework, so I'm not gonna give you an official prediction on this fight, but I will say for the odds, if you're a betting man, the Leech at +260 is pretty damn good odds. So if you're a betting man, go ahead and throw some bread on the Leech. This is where it starts ramping up, though. This is what I'm excited for. We got Tuivasa versus Rozenstruik. Man, this one is another one that's super 50-50. Bam Bam's coming off of... Bam Bam's on a 3-fight skid, but he has been fighting really high-level competition. He lost to Volkov, lost to Pavlovich. So, I mean, you can't hold him too much. You know, he's losing to top fighters, man. It's not like Ty's out here losing to bums. He's losing to the top of the division. Rozenstruik's last loss was a submission loss to Jailton Almeida. So once again, Rozenstruik's fighting some of the, you know, topper guys, some of the higher ranked guys, and he's still doing as well. Honestly, I do think this is kind of a tough fight for Ty, if I'm being honest. Rozenstruik's a big hitter. And he could get him down on the ground if he really wanted to, but I don't think this fight's going on the ground. I think it's going to stand up. And like I said about Junior, I think when the pocket closes, probably one of the first exchanges, I just think Ty's going to have crisper boxing. Rozenstruik kind of likes to swing these wide punches with his chin out in the air like this. And, you know, Ngannou caught him like that. And I think Ty's going to be too crisp, too clean. And honestly, I think Ty gets back on track. at plus 190 as the underdog, and I think he gets the job done via KO/TKO. Going with Bam, Tai Tuivasa, KO/TKO as the underdog, plus 190. If you're a betting man, here's an underdog pick for you right here, and we got a few of them on this card. Oh God, this one's a good one, man. We got Gamrot versus Dan Hooker, man, and a lot of people are sleeping on the Hangman, yo. Why is everybody sleeping on Dan? Dan's a fucking killer, bro. Dan is a killer, and I think he feels like he has a lot to prove, and I've been listening to a lot of his teammates, and a lot of his teammates and stuff are saying he looks pretty damn good right now. So let's take a look at Gamrot, see what his last couple fights are looking like. All right, Gamrot's on a 2-fight win streak. He won a decision over RDA and beat Fiziev by KO/TKO. I don't even think I saw that Fiziev fight, man. I'm a casual, goddamn. But yeah, he's on a 2-fight winning streak. He's ranked number 5 in the lightweight division, a stacked division, heavy wrestler, heavy pressure, versus Dan Hooker, who is coming off a win over Jalen Turner, which I don't care what anybody says. Even though Dan was getting pieced up in some of that fight, that was a hell of a performance. Jalen's gonna piece up almost everybody in this division. The fact that Dan could stand there, take Jalen's best shots, give the shots, out tough Jalen, you know, go to war with them and get the job done is pretty impressive to me. I think that's a pretty impressive win, and I believe, could be wrong, but I believe Gamrot's last loss was to Jalen Turner. Maybe I'm bugging, but I'm pretty sure Gamrot lost to Jalen Turner. And everybody's sleeping on Dan. You know, they got Gamrot at minus 325, Dan Hooker at plus 260. With those odds, give me the Hangman, bro. Give me Dan Hooker. I don't care. Y'all can call me crazy. This may be a hot take, and I will be honest. In this video, I'm either going to look like a genius or I'm going to look like an absolute dumbass, all right? Because I do have some hot take for picks here. I'm not just picking the favorites. I'm looking at the odds, kind of thinking about it from a stylistic standpoint as well as a betting standpoint. And honestly, I think Gamrot may struggle in the second and third round just to take Dan down, submit him. Because I feel like, I don't know, Gamrot's more of like a pressure, control type of guy. He's not like Islam, who's going to take you down, smash you, submit you. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Dan Hooker can defend the takedowns pretty well, and I feel like he can just out-war Gamrot. You know, he's gonna land some shots, land some knees, and I really feel like he's just gonna out-tough him, out-war him, and you know what? I got a super hot take for y'all. Super hot take. I think Gamrot and Dan Hooker go to war. I think it's gonna be a nasty fight. And I think Dan Hooker wins via decision. But if I had to bet, I'm going Dan Hooker TKO round 3. That's what I'm going with, boys. I know it's a hot take. Let me know in the comment section down below how y'all feel about it. But I'm going Dan Hooker TKO round 3. I think the Hangman comes up big. I think he has a spectacular performance. And I think he gets the job done over Gamrot to put him right back in the upper echelon of the rankings. But then again, back to that though, if Gamrot wins, that puts him right up there, and Islam has a new contender, so that storyline kind of makes sense too. Man, that's a tough one, man. That's really a tough one. I'm rocking with Dan Hooker. I like the New Zealanders and the Australians. I really do. They're just dogs, man. I'm sorry. The New Zealanders and Australians, they're all just dogs. Just think about it. You got Kai Kara France, Dan Hooker, Izzy, Volk. They're kind of a different breed, man. People be sleeping on the Australians and the New Zealanders. But next up, we got Kai Kara France versus Steve Erceg. And, man, this is another tough one, man. This is another tough one because I really do like both guys, especially Kai. Like, I love Kai. His personality, he's kind of soft-spoken, but he's a dog, man. Kai's a dog. I really, really want Kai to win this fight, to be honest with you. But I have to say, and honestly, I think Steve low-key beat Pantoja. That might be another hot take, but low-key Steve won that fight. But it's all good. But yeah, I want Kai to win so bad, but I honestly feel like Steve just has more ways to win. Because I think on the fight, I think on the feet, it could be a very, very even fight, to be honest with you. But I think Steve has more ways to win, in the sense that I think Steve can out-grapple. Like, if they get into some weird scramble or something like that, I think Steve has the slight grappling advantage, better jiu-jitsu, better wrestling than Kai. And he's a little more technical on the feet with his hooks and his crosses and uppercuts. You know, Kai's more of a like overhand and kind of throws these looping punches. You know, that's kind of just his style. And I don't know, I feel like Steve can mix it up a little better with kicks and these little snappy crosses and hooks and things like that. So if I had to bet on it, I don't even see the odds right here, but if I had to bet on it, I think I have to go Steve. And these guys are both so tough. They're both dogs. I honestly don't think we see a finish in this fight. I think Steve wins by pointing him, so I'm taking Steve Erceg by decision. And for the main event of the evening, baby, we got Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I love Izzy, man. One of my favorite fighters stylistically. And I like Izzy's personality. I know he gets a lot of hate, but I love Izzy. But I do not like this fight for him, man. I really don't. Dricus is he's kind of awkward, but he has like good technical ability, good footwork. He can change stances like against Whitaker. He went southpaw for a little bit because he knew southpaw gave Robert some problems. So he's able to fight from both stances. He's big, strong. He can get the fight on the ground against almost anybody. He has some really good Darce chokes and things like that. But there's one place where Izzy has a big advantage. When I watch Dricus, I notice Dricus is not that fast. He's a good athlete, but I feel like he lacks a little bit of speed. And if it's the same Izzy that comes out to fight that we've seen in years past, Izzy will have a huge speed advantage. And I think Izzy really has to try to put the pressure on Dricus and beat him to the punch, beat him to the kick, beat him, that way. Speed kills, man. Speed does kill. But even though I think Dricus has more ways to win, and this could be Dricus's time. Maybe I'm just picking Izzy because I like him more. I could be biased. And like I said, I could look like a genius or a fool after this card happens. But even though Dricus, whatever, even though he has more ways to win, because I can see him taking Izzy down a few times, holding him on the ground for maybe a couple minutes, getting a few minutes of control time, and then they're kind of battling on the feet a little bit, both landing shots, and I could see Dricus pointing out a decision. I could see him winning by submission, and he does have some power. I could even see him winning by KO TKO. But I don't know, man. I feel like this is a legacy fight for Izzy, kind of like the second Alex Pereira fight. I feel like he's going to come out motivated, big, strong, fast. And I think Izzy shows the level of striking. I really do. Now, granted, Dricus, he's a good fighter, man. He's awkward, and it could just be his time. It really could be Dricus's time. But I'm not ready to give up on Izzy quite yet. I don't think Izzy flatline KOs him. So, if I had to give you a prediction on how the fight ends, I think Dricus has a hard time taking Izzy down and controlling him. And I think Izzy's going to beat him to the punch and win by a late championship round TKO or a decision. And I think he retains the middleweight title. Now, if I'm just looking at it from a storyline perspective, I know this isn't the WWE, but I'm just saying, if you're just looking at it from a storyline, if Izzy wins, who else in the middleweight division is he really going to fight? He can get the Sean Strickland fight back. But Izzy is at that magic number, guys. He's 35 years old. 35, and y'all know about the 35 curse. I don't know. I'm really just picking Izzy because I want to see him get it done, honestly. Picking Izzy. Izzy's also a -130 favorite, so if you are a betting man, though, Dricus is the underdog. Keep that in mind, boys. Dricus is the underdog, which is kind of crazy, if I'm being honest. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I like Izzy more. Taking Izzy. I want to see him get the job done. All right, this had to be a quick one. I got to go do some stuff with the fam. I'm not sure if I said that in the intro or not, but there's my breakdown, my predictions for UFC 305. More so just predictions. I didn't really break it down too much, but y'all boys get it, man. Y'all boys get it. There's my predictions for UFC 305 in Perth. Stop sleeping on this card, man. I really think this card's going to be a banger. Subscribe to the channel. Hope all of you stay blessed. And until next time, I'll see y'all. Peace.